It's the Slam Dunk.
A few weeks ago, I stood on Omaha Beach. I was fishing. It was just going dark. It was a still, beautiful night. Now, the moon was coming up. The fish sadly were not biting. And it didn't really matter because a major distraction was underway in front of me at this particular time. The most extraordinary thing happened as the moon started rising. The sun was shining on it from the west or from another atmosphere or hemisphere, right? And it lit up as orange could be amongst this black night sky. And I stood there just amazed. It could have been the sun, but it was pitch black and it was night, so it was impossible. It wasn't the sun, it was the moon. It was an orange moon. I stood there and thought, if I die tomorrow, I want to savour this moment. If this is the last image I take to my grave, let me savour it. It was a stunning, stunning image. And it was a stunning example of nature and beauty and all that surrounds us on this planet. And I wonder, perhaps we are the only ones out there. Perhaps we are the only ones with a planet so extraordinary that this is the only place that can sustain human life. Anyway, I went home and I told everyone, and they all asked for a picture. I hadn't taken one. And I'm glad about that. Nothing could have been better than the image that I can no longer forget in my head. Okay? Sadly, the generation of teenagers today wouldn't have looked up because they're captured by their phones and can't stop looking down. This is their problem. They don't look up, look out and see the world. In fact, the research shows that if I offered the tickets to Taylor Swift or a chance to watch Taylor Swift live on a brand new big screen at home, 53% of young people would opt to go home and stay in front of the digital viewing and not go to the stadium to watch Taylor Swift. In today's interview, I will tell you what's going on and why I think digital devices are literally killing our kids, taking lives, ruining lives, changing behaviours and turning them into antisocial narcissist beasts who no longer know how to communicate, know how to cooperate, problem solve. They're unkind, they lack empathy. And the research shows, the research that we're speaking to today, that they are no longer as smart as the generations that are in front of them and the one in front of them. They've always been smarter. The generation behind has always been smarter. Now, for the first time in our evolution, the research shows this one is no longer as smart as us. This is worrying. As a dad, I'm worried about what we have created. I'm worried that we've lost them down the digital rabbit hole, and I worry what comes next and how life looks for them and can they socialise and get on with it. I'm worried that they have no physical work ethic, no boundaries, and their communication skills online, while brilliant, won't transfer into the real world. What will the real world actually look like? So we'll get some solutions around that and see how bad it is. What have we done, folks? Can we get them back in any way? Am I talking about your kids? I bet you I am. And what is it doing to them? What's actually happening to them and in their brains? We'll talk about this with our expert today. And what does the future look like when they become adults? Is it concerning what they're learning now and you can't change them? This huge phenomenon of kids and teenagers are losing their cognitive capabilities, or at least reducing in serious levels their capabilities because of the overuse of cell phones and the applications around cell phones. It is deeply worrying. What's the solution? Are they ready? And how do we solve this? Our expert will join us in a tick. How can we get their lives back and lose our frustration at the same time? It's almost like an intergenerational warfare. Don't go anywhere. Don't miss this. It's really important, and I hate the word important. My next guest has researched this his whole life. I met him initially via an email when he said to me, quote, "I have something very important to be shared with your audience, Duncan. So please consider this as a part of your show at some stage. We can actually save lives with this. I'm not even exaggerating the facts when I say and prove that people are losing their lives because of digital devices." Let's go.